Davies, and I'm the chair of Westmount's Parent Council. As you're all aware, Westmount, by a vote of these trustees, was not within the terms of reference of the South Arc. That means that we were not able to be at the ARC table to take part in any of the discussions. The South Arc Committee has chosen to include in their recommendations a suggestion that you consider moving Westmount's self-paced program to another school. If we'd been a part of the ARC discussions, we could have explained the program to the people who are members of the ARC Committee and reasons that it doesn't make sense to move it out of the school that it's in right now. Since we were not able to be part of those discussions, we appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight to explain the reasons to you. The self-paced program at Westmount is a prime example of 21st century learning in the HWDSB. It's learning in the manner and time frame that makes sense for each individual student. Westmount is an award-winning example of forward thinking in education that's one of only 6 like it in the entire country. It's regularly visited by educators from all over the world, trying to learn how a self-paced program can be successfully provided in a system school model. Oops, there you go. What you're doing at Westmount directly matches what companies need. Westmount is doing extraordinary things, attracting international attention. It's the future of education. These are just a few of the comments that have been made to us by educators from as far away as Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, and the United States, as well as most of the Canadian provinces and the Yukon. The global reputation of the self-paced, self-directed program is tied to Westmount. One can't be separated from the other. The staff, students, and the facility that houses them work together to make up the culture of a school. The culture of a school determines the level of student success. Our 2012 eBest survey said that our students like the teachers and the other students that are at their school. They feel safe and they love coming to Westmount. The survey was completed by Westmount students across all streams, with and without IEPs. 98% of Westmount students said that they like coming to school every day. These are compelling numbers. Over the past 10+ years, the bricks and mortar of Westmount Secondary School have been adapted to house the self-paced, self-directed program. Being mindful of time, I'm not going to read through every point, but our hope is that you'll take the time to read them, understanding that these are just a few of the changes that have been made to Westmount's bricks and mortar in order to successfully deliver this unique program. The facility has been adapted in all course areas, from science to phys ed, from music to welding, shop, and manufacturing, and from the library to our sound and graphic studios. Over the years, a considerable amount of money has been invested in the school in order to allow the program to be provided at the standard that it is today. Another school would have to be redesigned and adapted at considerable cost in order to facilitate the program. A large part of the ARC's discussions on moving the self-paced program seemed to center on location. For City Bus students, a move would make little change because all of the proposed schools are near main bus routes. But moving the Westmount program would result in longer travel times every single day for the almost 60% of parents that drive their children to Westmount because the other school locations being proposed are further from the link. 60% of our parents drive their kids to Westmount because it's a program of choice and no transportation is provided to them. Probably most importantly, from a program delivery point of view, Westmount administrators and teachers are vital to the self-paced, self-directed program. Many, many hours of training and professional development are necessary to ensure that teachers and administrators are able to provide the Westmount program. Westmount's teachers have become program specialists, developing and using flex days, conference sites, podcasting, and a special 20-unit guide with specialized method of curriculum delivery to facilitate this program. 80% of Westmount teachers have been at Westmount for at least 5 years, taking part in the development and subsequent honing of the self-paced teaching model. It's been made clear that, and I'm quoting here, there are currently no provisions in our collective agreement with OSSTF that would support the combined move of staff with programs. The loss of any number of our staff due to a relocation would set the self-paced, self-directed program back years in terms of staff training and development. The trustees of the HWDSB approved the inception of the self-paced, self-directed program at Westmount more than 10 years ago in an extraordinary decision to propel learning in this board into the 21st century. Over the years, you've supported, encouraged, and rewarded the growth and success of this program and its reputation at Westmount. We're asking you to please continue that support today as the board spearheads the 21st century learning model. Do not consider moving the self-paced, self-directed program out of the building that has been adapted to house it or away from the administrators and teachers that have molded it into the globally recognized success that it is today.
Thank you very much. Any questions for clarification? Trustee Orban.
Thank you so very much for your positive reflection on the program, which we are so very proud of. My question is, because you are here this evening and yet not have been a part of the art program, are you saying to us indirectly you would have liked to have been part of the art program?
No, what we're saying is because Westmount was put into the body of the South Arc recommendations, we felt like the South Arc was putting us onto the table, and we wanted to be here to clear up some misconceptions that exist about our program. We know that they exist, and we need to clear them up. We need all of you to understand what an amazing program it is and how globally recognized it is. It's something for this entire board to be incredibly proud of.
So we are. I have one more question for clarification. Not that the Westmount program is on the radar for being moved at this point in time. However, do you think that the philosophy of the Westmount program could be shared in another location because of the size of the Hamilton Winter District School Board?
Certainly, yes. We would be thrilled if there were another self-paced program out there in the board someplace. Our issue with moving our program, obviously, is that our teachers and administrators, first and foremost, it would be impossible to separate them from the program. But in terms of them teaching other teachers how to give that model out there and present the program in another school, absolutely.
Thank you for your insight.
Thank you. Any other questions? Trustee Terpstra.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It's very interesting indeed. And my question is a clarification, not so much for the presenter, but for staff, because when this idea came forward that system programs had some sense of mobility, I think it was myself who actually asked the question about the building, the bricks and mortar part of it, and were there modifications made, renovations, capital improvements to accommodate the Westmount School? And the answer from staff was no. And then in this presentation, there seemed to be significant adaptations and modifications to accommodate the Westmount program. So I do need clarification about the monies that have been spent on Westmount to accommodate this wonderful program that we have, because there's conflicting information. So it's really for staff. But thank you.
Bring forward information.
I can. Sorry?
Go ahead, you can comment.
From the point of view of our staff, a lot of the money for the adaptations that have happened to the bricks and mortar of Westmount have come from school budgets and school funds. Not a lot of it has come from capital spending. So it may look on paper like it hasn't been done, but based on how they've used their budgets, they've made the adaptations that they needed to make in order to present the program to the kids successfully.
Okay, so through you, Mr. Chair, then that was through the school budget and through fundraising as well, through you?
I don't have that information. I don't know how it came. What they said to me was that they used their budgets in order to make those changes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Trustee Hicks. Oh, you moved the report. Okay. So thank you very much for coming down, Judy, and giving us your thoughts on that. Trustee Hicks has moved, received the presentation, and seconded. So I moved by Trustee Hicks, seconded by Trustee Johnstone. Move receipt of the presentation. All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you very much.